Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 74. Guess where I was over the weekend?
Where?
I was at the lake. All you ever talk about is being at the lake. Dude, you're not. I'm on the water. I'm at the lake way more than you are, okay?
You're in a fucking pond, homeboy. 20 miles away
Now,
from
what's
your
the
fucking
difference?
house.
What's the difference?
Dude, you can't even take a boat on that fucking lake. What are you talking about? You're at a pond with your children, and it's a children's pond. It's like a park that's by the Katy Trail that children are at, like running around like crazy, and you're taking pictures and posting it to me saying you're at the fucking Lake Michigan. You're at a pond, dick.
I didn't say I was at Lake Michigan.
Well, you act like it was.
I could have rented a kayak,
No,
too.
you
They had
could-
kayaks.
A kayak? That's not a lake. That's a pond, homie. What's wrong with you?
It looked like a lake to me. I
It's
don't know if
kinda
I'd call
cute.
that a pond.
It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I like how people are posting pictures. Look, here's the deal, man. And you guys know
By
my
the way,
mom.
Kate,
You know?
told my wife last night, next time we go, to let you guys know
Look,
because she wants to
motherfucker,
go.
I like it. I'll jump in that shit. I just don't want a bunch of kids running around going crazy.
Oh, by the way, you did ask me that.
I did.
Our kids there, because you know I hate kids.
I love kids, and I'm good with them. I'm good with all of them. I can act like a clown if they like me. I'm good with kids. I just don't want to bunch around when I'm like fucking chilling and kicking my feet up, dude. When I'm at the lake, I don't want kids around. It's dangerous down there. They could fall in the fucking water when I'm listening to Pink Floyd. I don't want it. That's what I don't want. But I will say this, though, guys. I love how you guys are sending pictures, man.
Yes.
Look, we work our ass off, Andy, and people might think, oh, you're in a podcast. You do your radio show. It's so easy. No, I mean, fuck. You got to be on your game. You got to get these guys. Andy works his ass off. The logistics. My point is, all you guys, construction workers, whatever the fuck you do, like, I love when you send pictures when you're kicking your fucking feet up on a Saturday, watching football, whatever the fuck it is, and you're just chilling, baby.
Yeah.
Like, you work hard to chill, Andy. It puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
I love it.
You got to chill.
You got to chill, baby.
Dude, this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast, we've got Kevin Stevens on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who, ridiculous hockey player, first off. I mean, at one
Big power
point was probably the best power forward in the game.
Yep.
I mean, scoring 50 goals in back-to-back years. And listen, I know he was playing with Mario and whatnot, but
was the reason why he is.
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
don't let anybody.
No, but
fucking
some people
say
are
that to
thinking
you.
that.
But
Some
you know
people-
what I mean.
Yeah.
There's
but,
a reason why.
But this guy was a super talented player, and he proved it, and he showed it for a long time. He opens up with us, and about his personal struggles, painkiller addiction.
Oh Lord.
Painkiller addiction.
Crack
We've
too, by
heard
the
this
way.
now from several players, and yeah, I mean he had other issues that we'll
Because
talk
you
about.
crave about. Okay, I'll explain it.
But you've dealt with this, and it's personal to you.
Yep.
I can tell when we do these interviews that how personal it is for you and how relatable it is for you to kind of have these conversations.
You gonna
How
ask me a
serious is this, dude? Like painkiller
God,
addiction.
fuck.
How serious is it?
Oh, God, it's so bad.
And how does it
guys.
start for a lot of people?
I'll tell you how it starts, man. It works. That's how it starts. If you're an athlete and you get hurt, the first thing you're just subscribed is oxycodone. And some guys take it and they're like, I don't like it. I'm pukey. I can't eat. I don't feel right. And then other guys who are not necessarily addicts, but I am an addict. Kevin Stevens is certainly an addict. A lot of guys were Sheldon Surrey, a bunch of guys we've had on. We eat these damn things, and it takes the pain away. We're like, yes, that's great. It takes pain, and then it gives you a euphoric high. Okay, it gives you a euphoric high, meaning your pain's away. And now you're happy. Now you're like, wow, whoa, I love things. Like, I'm gonna call people now. I'm gonna call my fucking billets that are 85 years old I haven't talked to in 20 years. I'm going to call them and
But
talk
are
to
you
them.
getting like you feel high?
You feel like you're on heroin
Okay.
because it's synthetic heroin. Why do you think there's so many heroin addicts when they jam up and they're like this? Oh, fuck. You get down and you play video games. But the reason why you play video games, you have nothing else to do when you're injured. But the reason why you get on them is because you get hurt and you're an athlete and it works. And some people get addicted and some people don't. And when you do, it takes control of your soul.
When you hear these stories, do you sympathize with them?
Oh,
do you know
fuck,
exactly
yeah,
what they're
everything.
dealing with?
I didn't even ask the hardcore. Let me tell you something. All these guys that get into it, it controls you in a way to a point where you could have the most beautiful wife, the making tons of money and fucking everybody wants a piece of you and you're fighting, you're just on top of the world in your own little bubble, but you don't care about anything because you need to get that next fix. Because if you don't get that, you go through withdrawals. What's withdrawals, Cam? What does that mean? Think of having the goddamn flu, the flu. You wake up and you have the flu and you're like, oh God, remember you wake up sometimes and you're like, you're sweating everywhere. That's the flu. Times it by fucking 15 and add depression and times it as far as the length of it. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think like a different word for it. The length of it. Mm-hmm. It's like 3 months, 4 months, sometimes 5 months of having that same. Now it gets a little bit better, so you crave it so much that you'll steal from your grandmother.
All right, so we're hearing about this from different players. Yeah. How prevalent you think this is? Like, I mean, of guys just getting addicted.
Well, that's why CBD oil is coming out all the time. That's why we're fucking talking to all these CBD oil companies that want to deal with us right now, Andy, because it's an alternative. That's why I'm going to be their fucking their main spokesperson, because you've gone through this. I spent so much fucking money and time, and my girl, my God, she didn't know what to do. You don't have sex with your wife because you can't get your dick hard, and you don't shit for 8 days, and you're sitting. Oh my God, you guys know. All you guys
no one else has shared those stories.
No, I didn't ask. I should have asked them personally. You think that's my timeout?
If he didn't shit for 8 days,
Andy, listen to me.
That is personal.
It's not 8. It's 3.
You said 8.
Sorry, I exaggerated. It's 3 or 4, sometimes 4 days. And when you're an athlete and you're eating so much shit and you eat so many of those painkillers, like 50 a day, like 50 at a time, like Sheldon said,
200 a day.
200 a day. You can't go to the bathroom for 3 or 4 days.
The average person, Cam,
they don't get it.
Cannot understand.
And they don't talk about it because it's embarrassing. I don't give a shit.
Who can take...
You can't.
Most
build
people
your
have a hard time taking 2 pills.
I know.
How do you have an appetite for
because
60, 70, 200 pills a day?
Andy, you build it up, bro. You get hurt, and you're like, hey, doc, how you doing? Oh, here's 80 Oxycontins. Like, okay, I'll eat one of these. Whoa.
They give you 80 at a time.
Oh, fuck, I got 130 perks,
really?
20 perks, or whatever the fuck, the little nanners, they call them.
How long would that last you?
Well, you know what? Heroin lasts 6-7 hours. Synthetic heroin, painkillers last about 40 minutes a high.
No, how long would 130 pills last you?
Oh, fuck, 3 days.
Okay.
And then now you don't get it for another 3 weeks. So now you're buying them from your dipshit buddy.
Yeah.
And they're charging you 20 a fucking pop.
Do you feel like every
story... So I smack them around and I say, give me 7 a pop, but go ahead.
You feel like everybody's story is different? Like you listen to Surrey, he's different than Stevens? Like you feel like you relate to one over the other?
Every fucking one. The only difference was I had a lot of support with different things, right? Like I had my parents, like they knew, like when I was down, and I go to my mom and dad who live right next to me. And I bought my little house when I was 19 years old, my signing bonus. And I live next to my parents because my neighbors moved out. And I go over there and they look at me in my fucking eyes. My mom's a nurse practitioner. My dad just knows me. And they look at me in my eyes. And my mom's like, sit down.
Mm-hmm. Much like Sheldon Surrey's mom told him.
What are you doing?
Right?
What are you okay? And I go, Mom, no, I'm not. She goes, are you on them again? I go, yep. I haven't slept. I'm trying to get off them. Can't afford it anymore. I can't.
So you were on painkillers, off painkillers, then came back on.
Yeah, I'd cold turkey it, Andy. I'd cold turkey it so hard, meaning you don't take anything. You don't go. You just suck it up and you don't sleep for fucking 2 weeks and you're shitting out. Oh my God.
Did your teammates know?
I hid it from them. So when I was digging deep hardcore, I remember being on a jet next to some of the bigger guys. And I don't want to bring their names up but I remember being on a jet and I'd nod off in the middle of the day. I mean, not nod off like, no, I'm going to fall asleep on a jet. No. Fucking drool on myself, nod off in front of the big boys on the team because they're all playing cards. And I'm nodding off playing fucking cards. That doesn't happen. What'd you do last night? Well, I partied a little bit, but no, you're nodding off like a heroin addict.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm just happy, Cam. I'm happy, Cam.
So for a guy like Kevin Stevens, man, like people may remember, you know, he's playing for the Rangers, I believe. He comes in town, plays the Blues, not playing.
Yep.
And ends up in a hotel room in East St. Louis, gets arrested, smoking crack, and like, can you relate to, like, not to say you've been in that situation, but
I'll tell you.
But when you hear stuff like that, I mean, it can have all different types of effects on you.
So when you're an addict, so he was probably on the road, right? And I remember these times where I'd buy a bunch of painkillers and you go on a week-long road trip. I'd eat those fucking things
off the street.
Oh yeah. But then you go on a road trip and to San Francisco or to San Jose, Anaheim, LA, and Phoenix, Dallas, whatever, and you're gone for a week, and you don't know people in those cities. I knew a couple guys, don't get me wrong, and I could find what I need. I could walk into a bar and look at somebody and be like, you know somebody that knows something. I have the gift, which is bad, but I got that. But I'd take my painkillers from Jersey or from St. Louis, and I'd bring them on the plane, and we'd go, and I'd eat them in a fucking day. And then I got 6 days left, and I'm sweating, and I'm withdrawing, man. And so Kevin Stevens did the same goddamn thing. He's in here. He's not playing. He comes to St. Louis, and he's like, I need something. So he fucking tells the cabbie, which you do. You can go to any road, you can go any fucking town and go to the cabbie and be like, hey, I need this. And they fucking know. Now, someone will rip you off. Someone will get it. Someone will know who you are. Whatever the case. Someone might be intimidated by you or whatever. You got to play that game. He probably didn't. And the fucking cabbie takes him some crack whore, fucking hooker. And she's like, yeah, come with me and my buddies. I'll go. Like, well, you could have gone to Soulard right downtown and went to a bar and walked in there and looked at the bartender and was like, hey, what do you got? Like that kind of shit. So when he did crack, he was probably wanting anything and anything that will just take that weirdness away from you and get you high. And that's why he did that. And he got fucking, could have got killed, man.
We don't associate painkillers at the same level as heroin and crack.
It's the fucking
and
same
no,
thing.
No, but it's the same, whatever.
It's the same
but
thing,
people don't
dude.
know that, right?
They don't get it.
People
man.
don't know that.
Synthetic, dude.
But the recovery, getting off of them.
No, here's the deal.
Just as hard?
Heroin's cheaper. Heroin's cheaper than fucking painkillers, dude. 10,000 times cheaper. You can get a balloon knot of black tar heroin and snort it or smoke it or inject it for $10 motherfucking dollars and you're gone for 8 hours. With painkillers, they'll cost you $20 depending on how many milligrams they are, and you only get a high for 30 minutes. And now you're fucking craving it again.
Doing these interviews and hearing other people's stories.
Yep.
Does it bring you back to when you were? You're confident
even,
where you're at.
I don't even think about it. I don't. I've had surgeries on my leg. My last 5 years of my career, I've had surgeries on my leg where I go, Kate's right now, my fucking rock. My wife, my fucking rock, who's seen me fucking go down twice and lift me up hardcore. I've been through a lot. She was by my side, never took painkillers. I had fucking staph infection in my leg. Almost fucking lost my goddamn leg. Never took anything that put a goddamn a thing down my groin. And I just fucking do it. I can't take painkillers. Bah! Like just that kind of shit. I don't even think about them. Well, now I still drink a lot of booze, but
you know what I like though
mango
is mango, baby. The Pittsburgh Penguins, like his teammates, like it gives you an idea how close they were and whatever. Because,
that was after the words. No. When he was digging deep into it, they probably didn't know because he's hiding it from everybody.
But I'm saying, like, his post-career, a lot of these guys have helped him out. What, Mario's hired him like 3 different times?
Yep.
You know? I like hearing that.
Because, man, you could be a super-duper fucking... Everybody associates addicts as fucking the dipshits, like the dipshits at Vandal, whatever. Like, you're just a dipshit. Like, no, man. My parents are drinkers. Their parents are drinkers. Like, it fucking is in my blood. My brother's kind of the same way, you know? Like, I know, family members that are hardcore with it. Like, you could be a great guy, but you have an addict problem. And you might steal from your grandmother because you're thinking you're dying. So you can't judge somebody like that. So Mario and all those guys look at Kevin Stevens like, you're a fucking good dude. You have a demon, and we're going to help you. You are a warrior with us. You stuck up for us. You fucking helped me become who I am as Mario and those guys. Yeah. And you're like, we're going to help you no matter what.
That's what Mario said, man. He was a huge part of our playoff run.
Like,
because I think
1
year, Kevin Stevens, he played every playoff game, every regular season game, and he may have led all players in goal scoring.
Yeah, and even if he didn't, but even if he didn't, though, and he's a good guy.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying what Mario's saying. Like we don't win without this guy.
I know, but that's not the reason why he's helping him.
Of course not.
But
listen,
he'll give him a second chance because
that brings you together and helps define and create.
He'll give you a second chance like Mario did with him because he's got.
Mario's a good guy, man. What he's done, like behind the scenes,
exactly.
Sending private planes to take him to rehab. We get into a lot of cool stuff, or interesting stuff with Kevin Stevens. But we talk about his hockey career too, man.
Well, fuck yeah.
Because I mean, how could you not get into his hockey career? This guy was an unreal goal scorer at one point.
Andy,
in time.
he needed to let it out, man. Did you ever hear interviews with fucking Kevin Stevens that much? I know he did one on TSN, right?
But we did a feature,
but we dug into him.
He sounds like to me that he didn't love the feature. Something about it. where he was kind of like, it was okay. It is what it is.
Dude,
like,
we went
something about the feature. I'm just going to put that out
because those
there.
guys never went through it. At least I went through it and I could talk to him
It
about it.
didn't
Like, what's up,
necessarily maybe tell the exact story he was looking to tell.
Look, man.
But I think he was able to do that here.
Can I give you one more example? I know we're talking about this heavy, guys, and I'm sorry about that. It just is what it is. I just want you guys to know we're goofy and funny, and we'll have fucking superstars coming on here.
What's the minimum age for this particular episode?
I don't care.
I don't say it's 12 for your normal.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like, I don't, man. Like, sometimes you got to get serious once in a while. When we have a serious guy on, that's what we're going to do. But again, I think that, man, like, you look at him, you can't just denounce him because he's an addict. Like, it's a fucking demon, man. It honestly is. So,
no.
Anyway, we can do serious shit, man.
Yeah. For sure, man.
I'll be jokey. I'll fucking, like, what are we going to do? I have a cat.
Before we get into the interview, though, and I hesitate to bring this up because, Dallas and Vegas play tonight, so the series could end if Dallas is able to wrap it up.
So why talk about it?
Well, because I want to get your take on what's going on with Vegas and everything, just how they're handling this whole goaltending.
Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, can you get more dramatic leading into something? Like, why the fuck? And I know... Even Alan, like I tweeted at Alan, he never got back to me again, Andy. I don't think he likes me. Why? I just chirped him a little bit. He had a long answer. I fucking chirped him. Sorry. But the point is, like, why have drama when you don't need fucking drama? Now, on the other hand, Pete might have started a drama by not starting fucking Marc-Andre Fleury. But that was his decision. You have a deep-ass fucking team, and now you're going back and forth. That's just fucking drama.
For an organization that's only been around for a handful of years, 3 years now? Or 4 years? This is their
3
fourth
years,
year?
been in the cup, ton of shit.
Third or fourth year, whatever it is. Dude, I mean, is there a loyalty issue with Vegas? I mean, you look at the coach that they had last year, took them to the final their first year of existence. I mean, listen, change is going to happen. You bring on a new GM, you move the previous GM, George McPhee, up top to the president. Everybody has their own vision, their own way of doing things, man. I really don't want to knock people for that, but... Listen, talking to people close to Marc-Andre Fleury and who know the situation there, what he's done for that community and that city, I'm not saying that he should automatically play because of that, but, he did take them to the Stanley Cup final his first year. The owner of the team, Bill Foley, he has called him personally on several times to say, hey, can you do this for me, do that for me? He never says no. They bring in another goalie at the trade deadline, and they tell him, hey, this is just for insurance. That's what they tell him. This is just for insurance. So, obviously,
what's wrong with that?
It was more than that. Well, he had no problem with that. So now you're playing the Chicago Blackhawks, right? The Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, I know the team. Thank you.
In the first round of the playoffs, and you can't play Marc-Andre Fleury. Like, allow him to maybe lose the job.
Exactly.
Knowing you have Michael Leonard there, maybe you kind of alternate goaltenders, rotate, see who gets hot.
Michael?
And let it, Michael Leonard, Robin Leonard. Sorry.
I'll correct you.
Is there a Michael
Leonard? Can I correct you?
Man.
Is that my
Doesn't happen often. Doesn't happen often. Robin Leonard, but I've said that a couple times. I've said that a couple times where I call him Michael. But
can I say something real quick?
So hear me out. Just let it play out and kind of take care of your guy.
I get you, man.
You know what I mean?
No, we talk about this today. No, you're right. It's like, why? Like, is there not an easier way to do this? Like, isn't there a way you usually do it whenever you go into some of these series like that? Play the big boy. Let the big boy fucking lose it. If you don't lose it, play the big boy. And then let the little boy come in. Not the little boy, but the little A boy. 1A, whatever the fuck it is.
As a new head coach, too?
As a new head coach, like, take care of your big boy. That's what you do. Because everybody sees that, too, by the way. But Michael Leonard, fuck's sakes, Andy. Robin Leonard. Can I say something real quick just about the whole organization? I want them to be unbelievably successful. I do. And so I want Seattle as well. Mm-hmm. Successful as fuck. I don't want you to win the fucking Stanley Cup. Andy, we've seen this.
Why, you think it cheapens it to win this early in your existence?
Listen to me. We fucking have gone through a grind in this town to win the Stanley Cup as an expansion team. Going to the final, getting fucking shit stomped because you don't have too many picks of... You like back in the expansion draft back then, like you're picking one guy and all of a sudden you're picking fucking like trainers and shit because there's no one else left with these teams, right? Back in the day when you're picking your teams. Are you
picking trainers?
Well, I'm just saying you're picking a fucking 40-year-old man that hasn't even played because that's the last one you could pick. You only got 6 teams.
Sure. Okay.
The point is, I don't want these new teams to win the cup. I want them to go all the way and get heartbroken I'm sorry. I love you all.
So they can feel the pain?
Now, Vancouver's a different story. Toronto's a different story. Guys like teams like that, Canadian teams, I want you to win. Vegas and Seattle, I'm sorry. I want you to be successful. I want you to be great and competitive because I like the system. I don't want you to win. I want you to suffer for a bit.
Okay.
God, they're
one
gonna
other
hate
thing,
me
though.
now, I think.
Vegas, though, like doing this to Marc-Andre Fleury, I wonder how it impacts the rest of the room and how it would impact guys going there. Would it have any impact at all or no?
Nah, fuck, man. Everything changes anyway in the
Because
win.
everyone says it's an unreal experience to play there.
Are you kidding?
It's incredible.
You can make money playing there outside of hockey, dude. Like if you're a fucking guy that making $1-2 million a year and you build like what Reaver's doing, get a beer product and become popular there. Have a cool house that's kind of cheap.
We talked about it the other day. He played
fucking
7 minutes the other night, by the way. And I love
I'm just saying, no, but he's going
everyone's
to make more
oh
money.
My God, like, he's got
gonna
the
make
most
$1 million.
impact on the roster. How are they going to win without him?
No, but he makes an impact
He
for
does.
7 minutes, and that's why he's in the lineup
It's
every
like
night.
Pat Maroon in Tampa Bay.
Exactly
He plays
right.
polo. Is that what you called it?
Polo?
Polo.
Oh, how he whacks the puck once in a while?
He does. It's like he just uses his long-ass stick, and he just kind of plays. Like he's on a
He
horse.
just knows how to do it, man.
He does.
He calls me the other night, and I'm like, what? I'm thinking he's going to ask me about the game, and he's just like, what do you think about this thing?
He
I'm
asked you
like,
a
what the
question
fuck?
That you are the last person he should be calling and asking you that.
A private jet
Okay.
stuff or something.
All right, the Dallas Stars. You kind of like Dallas, though.
Yeah, I just want Dallas to win
You
because
said earlier.
I like
you
Jamie Benn, dude. He's a fucking
said they
badass
got a bunch of cool
motherfucker.
guys on
They
that
got
team.
some cool cats on that team. I like Benny Bishop. A St. Louis kid's gonna win the cup no matter what. That's fucking sick, tough. I know I don't want to be like Homer of St. Louis, but you guys know we're from St. Louis, so whatever. Like I'm not. It's not that great here. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you want to look up
We
statistics.
go to Klondike,
Yeah.
Klondike
Like you go
Lake.
like,
and
unless
Cam
you go to
tells me
Klondike
it's a
fucking pond, and he goes to a pond, he's fucking trying to chirp me. Like, get the fuck on. Jeez Louise. I'm cruising. Whatever. The point is, what was I talking about? I would rather have Dallas win than Vegas again, man. They got, I don't know. They're not ready yet.
Though, man. They've got a good
Dallas
team.
is fucking good.
Dallas is good.
Their defense.
Sometimes they turn it off, but when they turn it on, they're damn good. Their defense,
Everybody likes
man.
Jamie. How can you not like Jamie Benn?
I don't
Like,
know. I
seriously.
can see why you don't like him.
No.
Blues fans don't like him because he sat on
Because
Petro's
so
face.
what?
Remember?
Look at the kid. He busts his ass. He's tough. He blocks shots. He's skilled. He's handsome. Like, fuck, he's a leader. He's mean. You don't like Jamie Benn because he sat on your captain? Fuck, you won the cup last. Who cares? Respect that guy, man. Respect him. He brings it, dude. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fucking warrior. And he doesn't wear a fucking shield. One of the last. I like Matt Martin too, man. There's a lot. Dude, I like the fights.
He's still finding
There's
his
fucking
way,
guys
man.
fighting.
Lou must like that guy. Because he's
Fucking
taking
right.
care of him.
Funny how that works, eh? When Lou brings you back a couple times, that means he really likes you.
If you kind of follow Lou around,
He brings
then
guys back.
there's something to be said
I
for that.
fucked up and he still brought me back.
Yeah, there's something to be
know.
said for that. All right, so Kevin Stevens on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast, man. Looking
Fucking
forward to sharing this interview with everybody because it's powerful stuff, man, from Kevin Stevens.
That's what look, guys. We're not going to do this all the time with like kind of not just down like guys' problems and stuff like that. But we touch up on everything. We usually pump guys up. Don't get me wrong, but if there's shit we need to talk about, we're going to do it. We mix and match guys. We got a bunch of Andy's just. I chirp Andy a lot, but god damn, we get the fucking guests on, guys, and they're comfortable with us. I don't know how we do it, but we do it, and it's working. So we appreciate you guys listening.
right.
Keep sending video. Keep sending pictures. I want to see you guys chill out
the pictures.
with some fucking cold drink in your hand. I want to see your backyard. I want to see your barbecue. All that. I want to see you guys hang out and be happy, man. I love it.
I even put my wife on the on our Instagram. Well,
Good.
'cause,
Fucking
hey,
tell her to fucking get
she's got
skimpy.
she had the Bud Light
Dude,
seltzer
I'm gonna tell Kate.
Okay?
I'm like, send me something skimpy. I'm putting it on her,
It's
and I'm taking pictures.
product
Fuck
placement.
this.
Okay?
Fuck this. She's gonna be like, no, we're not, Cam. No, we're not. But we're gonna take pictures. I want your pictures though, guys. I want you guys chilled out and
a lot of
enjoying
people do,
life.
man. A lot of people
I want
send
you
it.
enjoying
We love
life.
it.
That's what we're gonna see.
All right, CarShield and CarShield.com, baby. 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%.
Yeah.
CAM. 10%.
It's easy.
800-857-2481. CarShield.com. A deductible may apply. Do you know what a deductible is? Have you figured that out yet? Or no?
What a sweet question that is.
You know what that is?
Stupid ass question.
Deductible.
Are you trying to? Are you trying to like?
you may have to pay a
Are you belittling me?
deductible.
Are you belittling me and my knowledge of life? Get the fuck on. 9th grade education.
CarShield. Get that protection. You never know when you're going to need it. You know it firsthand.
I do know it firsthand. My stupid fucking starter went out, and I'm like, I'm embarrassed. My truck's here. Everybody's going to think I couldn't drive a mile home because I'm wasted or something, like a fucking jack off. And I'm like, no, my starter went out, but CarShield took care of me, and they took my truck right up to wherever I want it, and they fixed it in 2 seconds. It was the easiest goddamn thing ever.
Yeah, you know something we don't talk about enough real quick?
What?
Is the plans are flexible. Like no long-term contracts, no long-term commitments. That is so important. People don't want to be signing up for a 2-month commitment or whatever else it is.
No.
So again, you can kind of customize your plan the way that you want it. Doesn't cost a lot of money, man, either. But it'll save you a lot of money. 800-857-2481. How about gadgetbuyback.com? 877-772-8880. 877-772-8880. You're looking to trade in your old phone, maybe trade in your old tablet, maybe you have a cracked phone. Are you a business owner? Let them buy back your old stuff. Let them upgrade your equipment so you're more efficient. That's the bottom line. You want to be more efficient. You want to make more money. They can help you do that.
Figure it out.
877-772-8880. Gadgetbuyback.com. They've got a store here locally in Oakville. If you want to go take your cracked phone or your cracked tablet in there, they'll fix it while you wait.
Like anybody's going to take you seriously. I'm going to walk in. I got a job interview, and I got a cracked phone. I'm going to put my cracked phone right in front of my boss and see what he says about it. He's going to look at you like you're a fucking loser. Fix that fucking thing. I'm going to go talk to this hot girl, but I have a cracked phone. I'm going to take my phone out after wheeling her for 45 minutes, spending $80 on her. And I'm going to be like, put your number in my phone. And she's going to be like, oh, this is your phone? Crack boy. Now you're a crackhead. Get on with yourself. Now you didn't get laid that night.
Oh, there you go.
Write it down.
There you go. Gadgetbuyback.com. So check that out.
You still thinking about that one? No. Don't have a cracked phone. It's pretty simple. Like, girls don't take you seriously.
Right. All right, Bud Light Seltzer. They'll take you serious if you have some Bud Light Seltzer waiting in the fridge when they get there.
Pineapple right here, baby.
When they get there. Variety packs. Dude, they've got new flavors. Grapefruit, cranberry, how is that pineapple?
It's good, dude.
Is it?
Dude, Kate and I, Sunday, we watched hockey. We had football on. I was barbecuing like a motherfucker. And we mixed a bunch of drinks together. I had Bud Light Seltzer. I had a bunch of shit. It was great.
You mixed two flavors?
No, I mixed pineapple. Kate made this awesome drink with Tito's and pineapple and a couple other different things. I'm like, holy macaroni, put an orange in there. I'm like, geez Louise, it was maybe it wasn't an orange. Maybe we should put more pineapple in there. I don't know. Don't write the recipe down. She knows how to do it. It was lovely. You can be creative with all this seltzer.
Yeah. Well, the original flavor, strawberry, black cherry, lemon, lime, and mango, baby.
Mango. I want pictures. Oh, y'all. I want pictures. I told you. I want you guys sitting down with that seltzer. And he did it yesterday. He thought he was on Lake Michigan, but he was on a pond down the fucking road. But with the picture, you could tell. I don't give a shit. Cheat the system, dude.
You said it was so nice. You're like, oh, my God,
well, because you cheated the system. There's 15 kids right next to you. It doesn't count.
You can't tell.
But you can't tell. See, I could chirp you. But if you send it to me on Twitter, I'm like, damn, you fucking live in a paradise. That's what I want to see. Puts me in a good mood.
Yeah. Check them out. You can order your Bud Light Seltzer, have it delivered straight to your house as well. Yeah. BudLight.com. Order your Bud Light Seltzer, baby, and have them take it to your house. And get those variety packs. 100 calories, less than a gram of sugar, 5% alcohol. Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. How about hockeytraining.com? Waiting for my speed kit. Hopefully I get my speed kit today.
We all hope.
Hopefully I'm getting my speed kit today.
We all hope if I keep inviting you out to fucking alumni skates and you're slower than Mike Zook. Zuki's like 80 now. He was really slow in the fantasy camp. I love him to death. Don't be as slow as Mike Zook. I can't believe
you're calling him out.
I though. He's a lovely person. He just was a little slow. I don't think he was doing hockey training.
You're going to be slow one day.
I know
like
I am
too.
Then chirp me when I am, baby.
Okay.
Then chirp me.
You'll need a speed kit from hockeytraining.com. You probably could use one anyway. You need one anyway.
I do.
Just get quicker, get faster.
Right, you can only get quicker.
First 3 steps. You want to have explosiveness to your game, then you got to make sure you train properly. Their story, by the way, with Kevin and Dan and these guys, man, like how they started this, playing hockey. They had nowhere to turn for like hockey-specific training with people who knew what they were doing and how to make you a better player, how to make you stronger, how to make you faster, how to make you quicker. You know, using the muscles and the parts of the body that you need to be a badass hockey player.
Exactly.
They get that with hockeytraining.com, and they've got easy to follow videos. You don't need weights. You can learn the Kucherov. You can learn the Svechnikov, which I almost have down pat.
Just get your speed
okay?
down. Just get your speed
You
down.
can get quicker, and you can be in shape. Men's league players, we try to focus on you guys because it's so important. Like, the elite level player or the kid that's playing, like, they understand they need to get better. They want to get better. Don't think because you're older and you're playing men's league that this doesn't apply to you.
Well, you know how much hockey means to you when you get older and you're losing weight. Like, do you guys want to go jog for 5 miles, or you want to go play a game for 60 minutes and have fun with your buddies? Yeah, go jog by yourself. That's so fun. That's so fun. No, we get to go play a fucking sport for like 60 minutes. We get to fucking shoot the shit in the locker room, fucking chill, have a couple of fucking seltzers afterwards, and you go out there. Like, if you're not up to speed and you don't have fun out there because you can't keep up, it ruins it for you. All you gotta do is do this training a little bit, and you just stay to speed. Like, just do the right thing, even if you're not scoring that many goals. Like you're keeping your speed, and now you're hanging with the guys still. Now you're going to lunch, to breakfast, wherever the game times are. Mm-hmm. Like, that's your fun time throughout the week. You're grinding your fucking ass all week, and this is your workout you get to do, hanging with guys and playing hockey. Keep your fucking speed up. HockeyTraining.com,
and
dude.
be in shape.
Andy, I'm looking at you, dick. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
All right, hockeytraining.com. So be sure to check that out and look at their videos. And you can become a VIP member too now.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Become a VIP member of hockeytraining.com. All right, how about Bellman.com? Now,
I need a new truck.
They have cars for every season. You know, we always say get ready for the summer, all that type of stuff, man.
I need a new truck.
Dude, they have cars for the winter. They've got cars for the fall.
I'm looking at boats. I need a dually.
Dude, you need a new truck, and I keep telling you that.
I need a dually.
By the way, I saw some
You know what those are?
some trucks on my way down to the lake yesterday. I saw some trucks.
Dude, the 3-minute drive to the pond?
Some GMC trucks. I saw
your
them
neighborhood?
on my way to the lake. I saw them pulling boats, dude, and they didn't have like 10 wheels on their car. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
You don't need a dual. 6.
You don't need a dual.
For a 30-foot boat that's got a deep V-hull in it, yeah, I'd say you need a dually, dick.
Check out.
Do I have to call you dick again? Because people are probably like, stop calling him a dick.
Check out the GMC trucks. Their truck series, as you know, Cam.
They're legit.
Is absolutely legit.
Or you can get those Jeep Grand Cherokees that my wife has right now. She needs to get an upgrade. I wanted to get the twin turbo. They're nice. They're cool looking. They're roomy. They're fast. They're loud. Like, she'll look sexy as fuck in that thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell your wife too.
Buick.
We'll fucking take
Cadillac,
pictures and put on Instagram.
GMC. On one side of the street. Other side of the street, the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Be sure to check that out. New cars, used cars, pre-owned cars, all in Troy, Missouri. Bellman.com. Our boy Dan Bellman hooking it up.
Great guy.
BEHLMANN.com. What kind of service you get, real quick? At Bellman?
Unbelievable service.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for when I said that?
Yeah.
How about like not creepy service, like everybody else fucking does? Your wife can actually walk in there and feel like peaceful. You know what I mean? Not like, oh God, there's 10 of them coming at me, and they all surround you.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna fucking like take you and put you in the back of a fucking car and take. Never. I'm not gonna get that deep into it, but it's very bizarre. We all been to weird car dealerships. Bellman, they're very classy, very cool. Kate loves going up there. Easy peasy, baby.
All right, finally, Victor Hockey. Victor Hockey at Victor Hockey USA is their Instagram account. Check that out. VictorHockey.com. VICTOR. Listen, Cam and Strick listeners, this is just for you. Save 20%. 20%.
Dang, dude,
Mention the promo code Cam and Strick. You save 20%. Promo code Cam and Strick. 20%.
What's the website?
VictorHockey.com, dude.
That is right
Their
there.
hats. You're wearing a T-shirt today.
Oh, I wear all my free shit, baby. I love it.
And you got the T-shirt, you got the
Yeah,
hat
looks
going.
good. That's pretty
Their
jacked,
hats
man.
are ridiculous. Great logo on it, man.
Yeah,
It's got
Colorado.
it's
fucking
out of
badass.
Colorado.
Oh, my favorite state ever.
Yes, these guys
Damn
are,
right.
but you never go to.
Yeah, I
ever.
do.
Do you?
I couldn't ski when I played, dick. I told you it again. I couldn't ski when I played, so like I loved it when I was young, but then I couldn't do it. Now I'm going to get back and doing it again.
So Victor Hockey, be sure to
And go
check
to
that out.
dispensaries.
Again, save 20% thanks to us over here at the Cam and Strick Podcast. Mention the promo code Cam and Strick. Check them out on Instagram and Twitter at Victor Hockey USA.
Yeah.
And hook up one of their badass T-shirts and hats. All right, Kevin Stevens, great player, man. Former USA Hockey Olympian as well. Tell us his story, man. And we appreciate him coming on with us here on episode number 74 on the Cam and Strick Podcast. No big introduction, man. People know who you are, and certainly, respect your hockey career and everything you did as a player, man. Before we get into your story and everything, man, I do want to talk about your career a little bit because you were a great hockey player, man. For people who don't know, you better hockey DB this guy. Are you kidding me? Like, were you always a natural goal scorer? Was that always a staple of your game, Kevin?
I guess I could score. Skating was my biggest. I could always kind of score. I had decent hands, but I played with great players. So it's, I was lucky enough to be able to score goals. And sometimes when you score goals, you get to play with good centermen. So, I was lucky enough growing up the same thing. And then I think in 1988, the Olympic year, I played in the Olympics for the U.S. team. And we traveled. We had a skating coach like Jack Flatterwick. And that year I kind of developed to be able to skate a little bit. I can skate straight ahead. There was no turns in my game. I can tell you that much. But I learned to skate straight ahead, and and I was able to score some goals. And like you said, if you get to score goals, you get to play with good centermen, and good centermen make you a lot better.
Yeah, they control the play. You just get open. But God, don't you ever look back and say, "Fuck, I should have played juniors." You're playing 68 games a year instead of 30 something. Right? You ever think you would have been a fucking badass junior player?
I know, but college, you know what? College probably was the best 4 year at BC there with I had Brian Leach, I had Sweeney, I had a lot of guys. Channy. We had so many good players at BC. We had so much fun there. I think college, if I could go back and play 4 years of college right now and just live there, it's pretty good time.
I'll go with you.
Kevin, we'd all do that.
I'll go with you. We won't go to school. Let's go fucking play.
You're not the only one that wants to go back to college. We don't want to go to class, but we'll go back to college.
Hey, believe me, I didn't go to school. I can tell you right now. Nowadays, I think they go to my kids, one of my kids graduated Yale. My other kid's at Yale playing hockey, but they go to school and they're not believe me, they're not Yale caliber students, believe me, but they play hockey decent. But they have to go to school. When I was at BC, honestly, I didn't go to school. That's why I want to go back and live there and just have some fun.
Really? So you never had to go to school? We
got by. We did as little as we had to get by. And it was it wasn't like I didn't go at all, but we know how to get the right seat. I think the biggest thing with colleges is the first 5 days, because you got to get the right classes and the right teachers, and you got to do you do the work, and they help you out. But if you really want to be a student, you can be a student. There's guys like that too.
Yeah, but nobody's saying, "Hey, why aren't you going to class?" But listen, you just mentioned some great players. I got to ask you about Craig Janney, by the way. I think he had 80+ points.
Oh yeah.
One of the years you played with him, your freshman or sophomore year, something like that. How good was this dude?
Yeah, he was good. Like hands wise and seeing the game, and for a guy that wasn't really a great skater, he was more of a was an East-West guy. He wasn't North-South. He could go a little bit, but making plays and seeing the ice, and I don't think there was anybody better. Even when he got to the pros, when he was with Neil, he was with Hull, he was with he could make plays. The guy can just make plays. He really understands the game and where to go. And I think his skating wasn't always the best, but man, for hockey sense and making plays, he's as good as anybody.
So you're getting down. You're going to college, dominating, having a good time, doing your shit. I can just picture it right now. Trust me. and then you make that transition to the NHL. You're making fucking money now. Describe that. Where'd you live? Were you on cloud nine? We all kind of went through it our own little way. But describe it. That transition from college to the NHL, baby.
I went from BC. It kind of worked out good. I needed it all the time, right? I went 4 years of BC. Then the Olympic year came the next year, so I needed that year. So I needed it for all those years pretty much to kind of develop, and I needed that time. I these guys that come in at 18 to me is it's amazing. But I got after the '88 Olympics, I came into Pittsburgh in February. Then I had 7 goals in 17 games, and I thought I was gonna, Then I thought the next year I thought I'd jump right in, but they changed the management a little bit, and I didn't have a good camp, so I went down to the minors for 30 games down in Muskegon, which you guys know about Muskegon, Michigan. My God, it's wasn't much down there. I can tell you that right now. So I wanted to get out of there. Then basically when I came up toward the middle of the end of the year, I was up and down 4 or 5 times, played a little bit, went back down. I ended up playing 35 games or 40 games in the minors. And then I came up, and it was pretty much, it was good from there. Then like I said, I was in Pittsburgh, and we're starting to build that team. We're starting to build a good team.
Oh, yeah.
I was with good buddy Johnny Collin was a good buddy of mine, Mark Recchi. So we kind of came up there together, and Mario was obviously there, and then Koff came, Parasso. Then the team just became, that team became in the early '90s a real good team. But yeah, in Pittsburgh, like man, that was a great city to play. I loved playing there. It was so much fun. It was Chance, that place. It's a good Pittsburgh's a good place.
It's a great
to go play
place,
hockey.
down to earth, blue collar, fucking people love you.
And there's clean areas downtown there
dude,
too,
it's
man.
nice.
I mean, so
Yeah.
listen, when you're playing for the Penguins though, like and you're winning cups and just you're just cruising, scoring goals, scoring 50 goals.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, what's it like off the ice though, away from the ice? Are you guys just like, I mean, celebrities everywhere
Can
you go?
Mario go anywhere?
No, Mario couldn't go in. No one could go. Like when we started winning in Pittsburgh, man, that's such a good hockey city. And think, like you said, they're great down to earth people, and people just want to see. Like it was amazing. I remember like the first year we won the cup, like just kind of like you guys know, like in the afternoons, getting ready to go to those games, and there's 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people in the parking lot as you go into the games, and I remember sitting there getting ready for the game, and half hour, 45 minutes for the game, the place was jammed. They didn't really know, like they never won in Pittsburgh, So the first year we won there, that place was packed in there, and it was just. Like I said, it's a small city, and we could do it was amazing what we could do there. It was like, we had so much fun there and we had a great bunch of guys. My God, that team, you want to talk about good guys and guys like that have fun. We had a great bunch of guys, and we knew we could win. So we showed up every night, and we knew we had a good enough team to win. But off the ice, we had a great bunch of guys. We had a lot of fun.
Who was the ringleader off the ice? Who took care of the boys there, Kevin, off the ice?
There was a lot, there was a lot like. Wendell Young was there, our backup goalie. He was like, and he wasn't playing a lot, so he gets things all straightened out for us, like during the cup runs and stuff. Ian Moran was there. We had, and then they had guys like myself. We had Alfie. We had Talk was there. Rex was there for a while. Like we had obviously Mario and Barras. We had a good bunch of guys. We had guys that got along, and we just we had a good time. That was, we didn't cough. We never wanted to end. You sit in those locker rooms sometimes and you say, this thing's not going to last forever, and it didn't. It was kind of, but when we were in it, my God, it wasn't a better time. It was the best time I ever had in my life.
But Mario, man, he was such a celebrity and obviously was making money and whatever. Like, would he flip the bill? Would he pay when you guys went out and stuff like that and take care of all you guys?
Like, Mario's a guy's guy, like he loves to be with the guys, having some beers and relaxing after the game. Like, there was nothing better after games. Like, he's just one of the guys, like you said, he had money and he could do whatever he wanted. He took care of us. And it was like kind of, and back then, if we were making a couple of $100,000, we thought we hit the lottery, So,
I know.
We had a ton of money. Let's go out and have a great time. Then, I can, we all know how the game's changed and it's a business more now. But back when we had 15 or 16 guys go to lunch every day. Then we go home, take a nap, and meet for dinner. That's what I liked about it the most.
Go to sushi, fucking do your thing, go back, nap it up, put your Sunday's best on, meet back up with the guys, go to the steakhouse and whatever the fuck you want to do. And it's weird, like you're only making a couple $100,000, but like people gotta understand, like you're not comparing yourself to fucking Derek Jeter. You're comparing yourself to your own little world that you grew up in, right? So you making couple $100,000. And you're hanging out with your buddies that are still living their fucking parents at a young. It's just like you're doing your own little fantasy fucking world.
Yeah, no, it's true. That is so true. Like that money those guys are making was actually, we didn't even think of it. We thought we were great with $200,000. No, that was like, that was, we could do anything we wanted. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. But I could do anything I wanted. I didn't have to I wasn't buying 10 cars. I wanted to do one car. I wanted to go out with my buddies and take them out every single night at home. In the summer, I could. And I did. We had a great time. So those are just things I always kept, my friends at home were like my good buddies, and some weren't even working,
I know.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. What was Yager like when this guy first came on the scene?
Cocky.
Yeah. Yags was like, he was, it's hard to think about it. He came over here at 18, right? He didn't speak a lick of English. And we didn't have any really other checks here. His mother was the only one here. He had a tough time at first. He was like, he was also obviously a great player, but he was like, the first couple of years, he was like a third line guy on our team. But you could tell that he was coming in. And then they got like Herdina. They got some checks in Straka, Herdina. They got some guys that he related to. But he was, once he settled in and learned about them, he loved Pittsburgh. They loved him in Pittsburgh too. He was one of those guys, he didn't drink so he could go out all night, and and he was never tired. When we go out and drink, you come on, you're tired. He goes out and stays all night. He's not tired because he didn't drink.
Oh, he's stone sober, and he's going out there fucking dangling your ass.
He can stay up for days, right?
Well, he was good about that though. Like he didn't booze much. But he was still happy and like funny around like if you go to dinner, like he still like acts like he's drunk, but that's just his personality, right? You know what I mean?
No, he definitely acted like it. He enjoyed life like this kid still does. I know he's not married or whatever. He's kind of he lives that go lucky kind of life, and he's a good guy. He's they're national. They're a little different, but he's a guy. He competes hard every night. He wanted to win. He had fun with the guys he hung with. And he was a good guy to be around.
So you're in the locker room, Mario. I get corrected.
Cam doesn't know.
I fucked up Claude Lemieux the other day. Call him Claude instead of Claude. Oh Jesus fucking Christ! You're with Mario. He's the best of the best. He's the biggest figure like you've probably ever been around. You're playing with the guy like. Describe his injuries. Like, was he when you play with him? Was he going through that back surgery?
Yeah.
Like this. Like, couldn't even tie his fucking skates? Like, explain that.
Honest, Jens, I remember one year, like he didn't even practice. Like he never practiced, and he never like got on the ice. Even pregame skate, he might have did pregame skate a couple of days, a couple of times during the year. Never practiced, and that year he had 164 points. Like he didn't practice. Can you imagine? Like if I took 2 days off from not skating, you know how it is. Like we felt like shit, right?
I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even practice one year. And then, I remember one year I was leading the league in scoring. He was hurt. It was like LaFontaine was kind of behind me and whatever. I was up a few points, but I was up like 15 points on him. And I was like, fuck, maybe he's not going to come back. I got a shot at this thing, And then he decided he decided to come back. He ended up beating me by like 25 points. He played 16 games less than I did.
You beat Gretzky that year, I think, right? You beat Gretzky
by a couple points.
Gretzky's kind of back end, but he was. It was amazing the injuries he went through. Like I remember I was in Philly when he came off his chemo, right? And it was like 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, fuck, he's not. We didn't think he was playing. He didn't travel. He was in Pittsburgh. And he had his last treatment, and I was fucking. I remember as long as I live, I was sitting in the runway. They taped my sticks down there. Was Zamboni there in Philly, and I see he comes walking up with his bag on his shoulder and his 2 sticks, and he plays the game that night. He had a goal and assist in the Spectrum. It was like, he hadn't been on skates in 4 or 5 months. And he just finished his last treatment, and he came back and played that night. Imagine
shitty ass Spectrum too, with fucking people throwing beer on you. Oh fuck me.
Yeah.
But listen, man, on your Pittsburgh team, though, man, it's Hall of Famers up and down the lineup from Larry Murphy, man, to Paul Coffey. All these guys. But then your coaching staff with Scotty Bowman and Pierre Maguire was on your coaching staff.
Yeah.
What was he like as a coach? Like, did you like interact with him a lot as a coach? Like, what was his role in the coaching staff?
Yeah, Pierre was like, Scotty always had Pierre, and he had Barry Smith with him, right?
Yeah.
So, that was the 2, like, his side partners, and it was kind of like, and they were both, I got along with both. Barry was like, he was more of the, I don't know, kind of ran the practices, and Pierre was like a kind of guy you could talk to. Pierre's Pierre. You guys know Pierre. He's one of the same, he's the same thing. Nice guy. Did a good job with coach. Was always, upbeat. Always, one of those guys you could talk to. It was different back then. It wasn't had all the video, Now, all these assistant coaches, all they do is cut video all day, Back in those days, we had a video session once in a great while. It was a lot, We had maybe show the power play and stuff like that, but I think Pierre did most of that stuff, and he was good. Pierre's Pierre. He's the same way all the time. He's upbeat. He loves the game, and Scotty was Scotty. Scotty, like, he didn't even come to practice most of the time, He just showed up. He just showed up at the games, and really good bench coach, but I think honestly, the guys, most of the guys, we didn't really want him at practice. He could slow a practice down to a dead crawl,
Scotty could?
Why? Because the way he would stop the drills, or
He
what?
likes to blow the whistle. He likes to talk. One of those guys. You're trying to just get a 45-minute skate in a flow drill. And next you know, it's an hour and 25 minutes, and we're still out there talking.
Okay.
So
it's like being in college again. Fucking lecture.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's the truth. But he could run a bench. He could match line. He could really see. He sees the game. Like, he's still smart. Scotty's still like a genius. Like, 80-something years old. I talked to him a few times, and it's like, he sees the game the same way he did back then.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, he is a genius. He remembers everything too, Kevin. Like, anything you bring up to him. I mean, he coached the Blues back in the late '60s, and like, he remembers it like it was yesterday.
God.
But when you left Pittsburgh, man, I mean, your numbers obviously went down, and you were dealing with your own personal demons. But was it all attributed to that? Like, why else do you think your numbers?
I got that facial. I hit my head on the ice, and I broke the bones of my face there. But honestly, like, deep down, I know what the problem was. I was starting to fight this stuff. I didn't really like. I was 28 years old when I kind of hit this addiction thing, and I didn't. Yeah. And that's basically when I got hurt, and then the same thing. It was kind of the same time when I kind of tried this thing, and I started to fight it a little bit, and that was the reason why. I had nothing to do with the injury or anything like that. I had to do with that, and we all, addiction is addiction, right? It's, if you don't put a hold on it, you don't get a grip on it. I don't care if you're a hockey player, a doctor, a fireman, or a plumber, or whatever. It's gonna ruin your career,
So you hit Richie Pilon. Like, you tried to hit him. I watched his fucking tape today. Oh man! And his helmet hit your face and buckled you, right?
Visor.
I've done that before. It's the worst thing in the world when you try to hit. I hurt myself more trying to hit guys than guys trying to hit me, right?
Yeah. I got him good too. Like, I battled with him for 15 years. Like, he's, how he is, Chance. He's an animal type. He's a hot, heavy Indian, like, really strong guy. Like, dirty. Everybody was dirty back then, but no, that's just the way it was. And he got hurt like a few games before he never used to wear a shield. He got hurt in the playoffs, and something hit him in the eye or something. So he had that half shield on, and that's what knocked me out. When I hit him, I hit his shield, and I kind of hit my temple, and that's what knocked me out when I hit his shield. And then I was in the air, and I was obviously out. I couldn't come down, but it was just because he had that window on. He usually never used to wear that either,
The window, I love it. That's the old school, the fucking vibe.
It looked like a window.
No, that thing. When juniors, when I had to wear that thing, I broke my nose more times hitting guys because the thing would come down and fucking wreck my nose. But let me ask you something. You get hurt, 93, Richie Pilon. Yeah. But before you got addicted to painkillers, and just so you know, I got addicted to them like no other either. So we know what we're talking about here. Yeah. But before that, were you partying? Were you partying before that? Not with painkillers, but anything else? Were you on? Did you get dip into coke before that?
Yeah.
So you're already in deep in that.
No, I wasn't in deep. Okay. The first time I did coke was about 2 months before I got hurt. Okay. And that was like that. But that, it kind of put me. I wasn't really like. It was different. I remember doing it one night in New York City. Like, I did it, and then it was kind of like, I felt different. Something felt different,
Yeah.
But then I wasn't really into it. Then I got hurt. Like all came in like 2 months. But after I had that injury, I kind of got the painkillers. But I didn't do the painkillers when I got out of the hospital. I did the cocaine. So like that's what I struggled with for the next 4 years. It wasn't the painkiller. I didn't really struggle with painkillers until I retired, which was, kind of weird. I didn't really know about painkillers. I didn't know about addiction. I didn't know anything about this stuff, I just knew that I liked that the coke kind of got me, That was kind of like, like I wasn't doing it all the time, but I was thinking about it, and it was really killing me that way,
So you started doing it. You did it at a restaurant in the bathroom, and that's how everybody starts, right? You do it one fucking time. Sometimes it doesn't hit guys' endorphins. Some guys it does. It got you. You got your high. Now you're addicted. Were you doing it in the mornings, or was this post-game stuff? Because like you can't do it all day, or you try to go fucking play a hockey game, Kevin. So was this like I'm getting it, I'm waiting, and then partying at night?
No, it was mostly at night. Okay. But it was at all the wrong times. Jansen wasn't like, I say I'm going to go out and do coke for 2 hours, and I do it for 2 days, So it's kind of like,
not even.
We all know that. We all know how that works, It's kind of, so it was basically all at night, but it was like at all the wrong times, It wasn't, I was a drug addict. addicted because I would never ever put anything in front of hockey. Anybody that knew me or whatever, if I put anything in front of hockey, it's crazy. It's almost like insanity to even think that. But this was so strong. It was taking over my life.
Hey, let's talk about the new Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy drinking hard seltzer that comes in 4 delicious fruit flavors. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and Cam's favorite, mango.
Oh,
With
mango.
only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and less than a gram of sugar, you might as well have a few tonight or this weekend. Go to BudLight.com to buy Bud Light Seltzer online. Must be 21 years of age or older. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Now, back to the interview. But Kevin, I've heard you say that, it's almost like it struck a gene that, like, you didn't know that you had, like, inside your body. But were you a big drinker, though? Like, did you ever have other addiction issues, prior to trying Coke for the first time, then eventually, going on your painkiller kick?
Yeah. No, I think alcohol was, I like to drink. I like to have a good time with the guys, but I didn't drink by myself. I drank with the guys, and I did it, but I never put it in front of anything. I never drank the night before games. I never did that stuff, But when I got into this other stuff, it controlled me. Alcohol didn't control me. I liked it, but I never put it in front of anything,
Well,
this other stuff I did.
Well, because it hits you a different way. Okay,
Yeah.
Alcohol's a downer. Cocaine's an upper. Painkillers are a downer. Meth is an upper. So everybody's endorphins kind of go in a different direction. So you got addicted to Coke, but you didn't have to go through the painkiller abuse until after you were done.
Yeah.
But how bad did the Coke get? I mean, it's an expensive fucking drug. You're dealing with fucking shit bums.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
What were you?
That's the biggest thing. I didn't have drug deal. I had to go to the street to get, and that's how I got jammed up in St. Louis.
Oh yeah. We'll get into that.
Because it was all about getting it, but I wanted to hide it. I didn't want anybody to know, so I couldn't. I didn't have drug dealers where I could call up and say, "Meet me here." I had to go to the streets and find a through cab drives, the crazy stuff, and it's and it all led down a bad path, and then that took over. The Coke was a problem. Yeah, it took over, and I stopped a little bit. The only thing that Jess, we know is that the Coke isn't physical. The pain medication is forget it. If you don't have it, you can't function. The Coke is bad because you're up all night and it ruins your life and all.
And you're depressed. Yeah,
depressed.
It's not physical though. Yeah,
the depression's terrible. My God, coming down off that stuff.
Oh fuck!
Hey, so listen, you brought up the East St. Louis incident, so let's dive right into that right now. So, East St. Louis. Well, you didn't play in the game, and you went to the cab driver, and you told the cab driver what? What were you looking for specifically?
I was looking for Coke, so it was kind of I was looking at the party, and he said, So he went, and the only way he knew how to do it, you go to the girl, you get it, and then life goes on, and you get it, then you go, you do your thing, and you get your Coke, and then but this turned into a circus, it was kind of got to the hotel, and it was I said, I didn't play that night. Now it was 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm oh my God, it's so, but when you're addicted, you do anything to get it. It's I didn't care what time it was. It was I'll make the bus or whatever I had to do. But one thing led to another. The cab driver actually, I would keep the cab driver there for me so I could get out of there. And he basically saved my life. I would have been dead. That place, Chance, East St. Louis is one of the worst. Not a good area to be in. Late at night.
Did you know that? When you were so you get to East St. Louis, that it's not a good area.
Yeah.
Were you sketched out when you walked into that hotel room? How sketched out were you?
The hotel room wasn't the hotel room was it wasn't a shitty hotel. It was I've been in shitty hotels. This was a shitty one, but it was more of I was just more of getting high. It was that was the focus, which is it's sad. But that's where it goes. It's then you always think you're going to be okay, and then people show up that shouldn't show up, and it's one thing leads to another. The next thing you know, I'm you're in a tough spot, and and
they set you up, Kevin.
Yeah, basically, basically it all happened like that. But you know what? the lady at the front desk probably, the cabbie and the lady at the front desk basically saved him, because if they didn't call the cops, life would have been a tough spot.
So why'd they call the cops? Though they
called the cops because you know what happened? The girl was in the room. There's a couple of girls and they were in the room. They said that they said, well, they called the front desk and said that you got to get this cabbie out. He's got a gun. Like they were trying to get rid of that guy, But right when that happened, the girl didn't know. Obviously the girl in the front desk, if there's a gun there, she's calling the cops. That's what happened, And there was a couple of big, bad people were there. And then things were going to happen. I had a lot of money on me, And it was like, it wasn't good. Well, the whole situation turned,
How much coin do you have on you?
I had I was in the casino. I had like $3,500 on me.
Oh yeah, they'll get you. So, but why would the cabbie? Okay, all right. We've all look. You party. You get you get yourself in weird situations. Yeah. Anybody that's ever been in an addict, we you know what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
But why not just go to fucking Soulard and creep around a couple bars there instead of asking a cabbie?
I did, but you know what I was? I was in a bar. I was waiting for this girl to get stuff for 2 hours, right? Or an hour.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I knew her, right? So it was like an hour and a half, and she's fucking taking she's taking a long, long time. And then I got restless, I got impatient. I said, forget it,
Let's go to the source. Yep.
Yeah,
why? But did you know? Okay, so you're looking for blow. Well, they get you fucking crack, which we all know is a big fucking difference. So now you got to smoke the shit, and now you're up for fucking 8 hours. Did you know that it was crack cocaine? No. Have you done that before? Or did you just think that you're smoking coke?
No, I never smoked anything. I went out there and they said, there's no powder out here. There's no powder out here on the street.
It's glass. It's fucking glass, homeboy.
Yeah.
No shit.
He said, and I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you got to do it this way. And I was and that was like the first time I did it, and that was death. And that, doing that is like a death sentence doing it, especially for someone who's addicted to drugs. It's not, it wasn't good. So that was the first time, but it was, it was hell. They brought in it wasn't a good situation.
Was that the first time you'd ever been arrested?
Yeah, I think, like little things, nothing like, fights or something. Not like this. This was a major, this wasn't this. Getting arrested playing for the Rangers in New York City. It's not a good thing for your family, for anybody involved, for me, it was embarrassing. It was awful, to tell you the truth. Yeah.
So how does the team react when that happens? I mean, I'm sure you obviously have to talk to the coach or the GM or whatever. Is their initial reaction to try to help you, or are you immediately suspended? What happens there?
Yeah, Neil Smith was the GM. He was awesome, to tell you the truth, honestly, guys. He was he was so good in trying to help me, and he stayed there, and he tried to get me out. Their team had left, and he was really, really good. And he obviously had the NHL people around, so the lawyers, and he did everything he could to help me. And it was, he was amazing. The whole Ranger organization, was, amazing. The whole situation really were.
All right, so where do you go from there? I mean, are you full on addicted? You have a serious problem at this point, because it seems like it got worse. But where are you right now? Because you're still playing. You still have a professional career.
Yeah. You know what? Right from there, I went into treatment. They got me out, and I went into treatment for 2 months. So it was kind of like they just took me out of everything. So I was kind of that took the pressure off me for a while, so I didn't have to deal with people or anything. But after that, I wasn't doing it. I still had the problem, but I wasn't doing it as much. But it was I didn't have recovery. It was more of when you're an addict and you think about it all. You can't do the things you're supposed to do good. I couldn't play hockey that good because I couldn't. I was thinking about it, and then I do it once in a while, and it was then I beat myself up again. Just the whole thing was a cycle, and like I said, I wasn't doing it all the time, but I was thinking about it. It was taking space in my brain, and we all know. Oh, yeah. I would never put anything in front of my brain to play hockey. I needed 100%. I did things. I wanted to be a good player, but this was taking that away from me.
So, okay, but do you agree though that getting addicted to cocaine is a completely different level than the painkiller abuse? And let me explain real quick. You get off cocaine, you're miserable because you think about it. You get off fucking painkillers. You're miserable because you're thinking about it, because your body's going through the most miserable hell you could possibly imagine. Yeah. Is there a difference in your mind?
Oh yeah, definitely different. I think the cocaine is more like, man, I wasn't doing cocaine all the time, so but it was more mental than anything, you know. It was kind of, but that, like, thank God I wasn't playing hockey. Like when I was stuck on painkiller, I couldn't have done it. You know, I don't know how, you know, people did it. You know, obviously you have to have them all the time, and like, you know,
I did it, Kevin. It was the worst thing in the fucking world.
Yeah, it's terrible. And like you said, you know, how many times did we withdraw our pain pill? A million, right? So it's like, you know, the pain is fucking brutal. It's like, you know, it's just like, you know, and it's, you know, it's just the worst feeling in the world, and you just can't, you know, you can't fathom how bad you feel trying to get off that stuff, you know.
Cam and Strick Podcast here for our boy Dan Bellman with Bellman.com.
Yeah, baby.
You need some new wheels? Why not get a Cadillac, a Buick, a GMC? Head out to Troy today. And again, don't forget about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right across the street.
No doubt.
Right there in Troy, Missouri. Visit them online. Check out their new selection, the pre-owned selection, the best service you will find anywhere in the country. Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
Now back to the interview. All right, so the painkiller abuse. You said this is mostly after your playing career. So, you know, and we've had other athletes on recently who went through a similar situation. I mean, you made over $20 million as a player. I mean, how much of that money went to your painkiller addiction?
Yeah, a lot of it. You know, if it wasn't nailed down, like I was lucky enough to have some stuff deferred and like stuff like, you know, that I could survive with, and I could, you know, I'm not even close to what the money I should have, you know, but I went through it all. You know, we all know, like when you spend it like 30, or if you're doing, you know, oxy 80s, you spend a $60 pill and you need 6 or 7 a day. You're talking $400 a day for what, 10 years? You know, so, and then sometimes you get a break where you get some you don't have, but it's still, you're still talking millions of dollars, like to feed this addiction, which, you know, now that, you know, when you get sober, it's like, fuck, you know, it's like, my God, you know, it's like, how did I let this all happen? But when you're in it, it's like a steamroll, you know?
Yeah. You know what, Kevin, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I remember like going to my dealer's house and seeing him put extensions onto his fucking little townhouse, and I'm like, where'd you get the money? Oh, come me, thank you. Oh, that driveway looks nice. Oh, you fuck. But that's my fault. Like, it's like my fault. It's like, what do you do? Like, what the? Is that the worst feeling? You know what I'm talking about, that, right?
Oh, the same way. It's just, you know, and like you said, you do. I drive 2 hours to get a pain pill to not be sick. You know, it's crazy. And I wouldn't drive 2 hours. Like, you know, now it's like you think about some of the shit we did and I did. It's like, my God, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just
steal from your grandmother, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just, you know, it's borrow. It's finally, no, you can't borrow anymore. Then you got to steal it, right?
So you got in trouble another time, right? And I mean, and this is a scary situation because, you know, talk about the you know, federal agents, you know, busting down your door. What were you doing? What were you involved in that led to the feds kind of tracking what you were doing?
Yeah, I wasn't involved really in anything. I was involved in buying pills because I had a habit. I never sold a pill in my life, you know. But I went to a train station. Kid brought some pills, 170 pills. I bought them, and they got me, you know. And they were watching the train station, whatever. And then, you know, and then it became a federal case because the people they weren't really watching me. They were watching high end people, you know, the feds. I get called up in this group. I had a friend or a guy that was in the middle, but he wasn't involved with the big high end. But he was, you know, just kind of a chain of command and went down. And I was kind of like the third guy in there, like, you know, the third leg or whatever. But I got caught doing that, and then it became a federal offense because they had it was already a federal case, you know. And I got stuck in the thing, and you know. When you get caught with 170 pain pills, and with the feds, it just goes like, okay, 170 is, 18 months. That's what you're supposed to, you know, that's what it says. It's crazy, 170, like, you know, people get caught with tons of heroin and they don't get even, you know. But when the feds are involved, it's like they put a timeline. And I had, then what happened was they arrested me. They wanted me to do all the stuff for them. I didn't really want to do that. I didn't really know any of these people, that I was getting from. I got it from a friend of mine who was the middle guy, I didn't know the big end people,
No, you never do, because they're locked up in some fucking shit bum house in North County. You don't know them. You always think they're like in a mansion. No, they're not. You're selling fucking blow. You're not you can't buy anything with cash. So you're a bunch of shit bums. But you weren't slinging it though. You're buying 170 so you can get you through the fucking week.
Yeah.
But you weren't selling it. So don't they know that though? What the fuck?
They knew that. But they wanted me to do stuff for them. I said, I don't know the people you wanted. So they waited like 5. I thought everything was kind of cool. So I haven't heard from like 5 or 6 months. So all of a sudden, I at like 4 in the morning, they come smashing through my door like 80 like animals. I'm like, they really wanted me. I went down to the police station. I was like, they kind of, and they say, we got to come with me, and that's when that all happened, because I didn't cooperate with them, and who I was. They wanted to bury me for my name, whatever. I'm Boston here, It's kind of like,
I hear you.
So it was, but honestly, it's probably the best day that happened. It was the worst day of my life. But it probably was the best day of my life, because I kind of got my shit together a little bit,
Yeah,
it forced you to.
Because then you sat in a jail cell for like 6 days, right?
Yeah, in the federal prisons. I was in there like 6 to 7 days. I couldn't get out, and I was, I didn't even get out. I didn't even eat. I didn't even get out of my room. It was like,
Were you withdrawn? Were you withdrawn?
No, you know what? I wasn't withdrawn, which was a miracle, because I was already kind of getting off the side. I was on some Suboxone, so I wasn't feeling terrible. Thank God. It was one time that I kind of was, kind of trying to get off it. And then, so I was in there. I wasn't terribly sick. I wasn't feeling great, but I wasn't terribly sick like I could have been,
Yeah, because you're on Suboxone. I got on Suboxone too. It saved my fucking life, Kevin.
Yeah.
That should save my fucking life. And you know what, though? It's even harder to get off of Suboxone.
I know.
I know. Because of the... explain it.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. Once, and then when I got out of there, it was, it was like I said, 6 or 7 days, and I for some reason, I just, decided it was time to try this other way of living, and it kind of worked.
Yeah, man, that's what you gotta do. It was horrible. You're blasé when you're on that shit too.
But I want to go back. Listen, I know it's traumatizing, man. But like when they bang down the door to get into your house, like what are you doing? Are you sleeping? Are you just watching television?
I had a girlfriend, and I had a little baby. And I have a 5-year-old now. That was like, I don't know, 4 years. He was like 1. And they come like 15. I'm not living in a mansion. I'm living in this condo with 2 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, like a normal condo, and they have like 15 agents in there. It's like, it's like, what are you guys doing? It was terrifying, because it was like this, no one never knocked on my door, this house.
What are you looking for?
Yeah,
170 painkillers. That's what you're fucking looking for in my house. I'm an addict.
But does that
had to be? It all was all because I didn't cooperate with them. That's the reason why.
So that memory, that experience, like that never leaves you, does it?
No, that when I woke up, when I kind of woke up, when I saw all these people in my apartment, and I saw the one guy that I was dealing with, kind of like before. And he was kind of saying, I told you if you didn't cooperate. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And it's kind of, you're just in a state of shock. I didn't say, and it's, you don't know what's going to happen. It's terrible in those situations, like in those federal prisons. They're animals. It's like, it's just like, and most of those people are in there for a while, so they're all happy. Like I'm sitting up there watching these people down below. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, they're in a better spot than what they are in the streets sometimes. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know.
Hey, you ever overdose?
No, never
really?
did that. And thank God. And I've never seen anybody do it, which is even worse. I never wanted to see it. I never wanted to
You ever think that you were though, Kev? At nighttime, do you ever think that you were? Were your heart's beating roll when you're doing a blow and you're mixing it?
I remember going to bed at night, James, and saying I don't want to fall asleep because I don't know if I'm going to wake up.
That's how I felt. I know what you mean, man. My wife didn't want me fucking falling asleep.
Yeah, I used to crawl. Yeah, I used to crawl in and just sit there. And I want someone next to me.
Just watch music videos all night, man.
Hey, so when that happened, when the feds came and busted down the door, were you already working as a scout? Were you working for the Penguins already then? So
yeah, I was working. Yeah, I don't know if I had a job then. I think I did. I was working there. I was scouting like for a couple. I lost that job twice before I got back. Like now I haven't. I've had it 3.5 years, whatever it's been. Like he gave me a job twice. Mario did it, and both times like I had to stop it. Because I was going to rinks and I couldn't function or missing things. Just typical addiction things.
So what? Did Mario come to you or the team and be like, "Listen, man, we can't have you working like this."
Yeah, Ray Shearer was a scout there, and he actually had an intervention one time and asked me if you got to go to treatment, you got to get better. Ray was great. Ray's a great guy. He's he's a phenomenal guy. And he was I was good friends with him too, so he was kind of like helping me. It was just it was a mess. It wasn't good.
Andy Strickland and Cam Jansen here for you for GadgetBuyback.com. Gadget Lab, they got a store here locally if you're in St. Louis, 5541 Telegraph Road. Here's the deal. You got an old phone, maybe a cracked tablet. Maybe it's perfect, but it's a little bit older. Turn it in right now. www.gadgetbuyback.com. Upgrade your devices, phones, computers, watches.
Anything.
Doesn't have to be Apple either.
No.
Get those tablets turned in. Again, www.gadgetbuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Now back to the interview. Yeah, so they had the intervention. Hearing about the intervention, who else was in the intervention? And then Mario sent a plane for you, right?
Yeah.
And so right on the spot, right when they said, "Hey, you got to go get help," did you say, "I'm in"? Like, and you left where you were and you went straight to the plane or what?
Yeah, I went. I was. The plane was the next day. I had to go home, and Pittsburgh was playing the Bruins that night, so I had to do some stuff. I had to go home and figure. So I left the next morning when his plane, which was really nice. It's like He was great. I've had a lot of good friends in hockey. I was very lucky. Like I played with Gretz, I played with Mario, I played with a lot of guys, big guys that were good friends of mine. They've been very supportive and helped me through a lot of things, and it's I'm very lucky that way.
What's something that Mario did for you that people don't know, Kevin?
I just think that he's Mario's a very quiet type of guy. Like we were really good friends when we played, and then he's a very private type of guy, but. Just everything, just from talking to me and letting me know that he'd always been a job there, but you got to get yourself straightened out. He wants to help. He always wanted to help. But he knew he couldn't help. Like we all know, just like I've had a lot of friends, but they have to pull away because they can't help because
they don't know. They don't, Kevin.
Yeah,
I
don't
remember.
Get it. They don't they used to say, what. He just stops. Where are you going? Why aren't you hanging out with us? I used to.
They don't get it.
I wasn't hanging with them all the time. Like I was a guy. I was a team guy. I loved being with my teammates.
Me too.
That's all I wanted to do.
Man, I remember being on Suboxone, and the guys. And I remember even like Rod Pelly just retired. A great fucking guy. And he's like, "Cam, you were the best teammate." I go, I was going through Suboxone at that time, and I wasn't even myself. I couldn't drink. I couldn't do anything. I was just blah. Like. I had to fucking tell him that. Like, people just don't get it. Yeah. But let me ask you this, though, Kev. Like, how you doing now? Are you off of Suboxone? Like, are you?
Yeah. See,
okay.
I've never took Suboxone when I was clean. I took it when I was using more than anything.
Well, no shit. Yeah.
Because I was trying to get clean. But once I left that jail cell and I got clean, I never got on anything. It's been a day. I had a couple of struggles a little bit, but I've always stayed on course. It's like kind of it's been almost 4 years now, and I feel good. Like it's just, but I have to work at a chance. It's not like I'm not one of these guys that can say I'm sober. Like I don't have to do anything. I really have to be around sober guys. I play golf with some sober. I have some really good sober people that I know. Like I need to remind myself that I'm sober. I can't be hanging out with animals.
Oh well, I know. I wish I could hang out with you, I guess, but
no,
no. The painkiller stuff, I'm done with. Like I still drink, Kev, like I do, and you know what? One of these days, you never know. I'm probably gonna have to, stop everything. It's like one thing at a time for me, man.
It's good that Chance. The only reason I don't do it is because I know where it's gonna take. Like eventually, for me, I know it'll take me back to those pain. I know it will. I just know I know that's the type of person.
It'll trigger it. It'll trigger in your fucking mind, Kev.
Once I don't have like a clear mind, eventually it might not be for months, might not be for years, But if I start drinking and being like, casual, and then I'll see one of my buddies or somebody I know that has these things, these pills,
Oh God.
and I'll be gone.
So
I just
you
know.
need
I
to
know
fucking.
myself.
Can you call me? Can I? Wait, time out. Before I want you to call me and just in case you fucking get into a jam, I'll talk to you, man.
Yeah.
But
No.
how do you go through Are you going to class? Are you going to the meetings? Do you have
I do
people
go
to
to
call?
meetings. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to meetings. I do the things that I want to make my life better. So I have to, like, for me, I need to be connected to people in AA. I need to be connected. I need to go to meetings, and I have a men's meeting I go to 3 times a week, which is great for me. They're all my friends. It's like 30 guys I play golf with. Like, I found a group of guys that are normal. Like, AA is great. It really did save my life. But I found good people in there that do everything I do, but just don't drink and drug. They're still kind of good people, and not so willing. They do, they play
Hang out
golf,
with them,
they
then.
gamble, whatever.
Yep.
They just don't.
You find your
just don't
fix,
do that.
Kev. Find your fix, baby. It's just not fucking up your nose or fucking eating painkillers. I mean, it's what it is.
Listen, you have your foundation though, Kevin, and you're helping people. Like you're public. Like, it's not the first time that you've talked about it, man. You do this thing, and you get out there and you talk about your experience and your past. Is that difficult for you to do that? Like, do you feel comfortable getting on stage and talking about it?
Yeah, you know what it is, guys. The best thing about my story, I just tell the truth. It's so easy to speak because it's not like I'm a motivational speaker. I just tell you what happened to me. I was fucking 20 years old. I was a first team All-Star, back-to-back 50 goals a year, going for our 3rd Stanley Cup. And I decided one night I made a decision in New York City to try cocaine. Like, going for our 3rd cup, and it's like, I was at the top of the top and the happiest I've been in my life, But I just thought that night I was taking it. I was going to do it, jump on the bus, and life would go on. But from I just tell them, like, you don't know if that's going to be you. I didn't know it was going to be me. I didn't know it was going to change my life for the next 20 years. Making that one decision, and that's what I kind of tell them. I don't tell them anything different. It's a choice. You have a choice every day, right? And you're going to have a choice. These kids are going to have a choice one day, put in those same situations I was put in, and I made a 20-second decision, and it changed my life for the next 20 years. Not right away, but it did.
Oh yeah, you get that high, baby.
Hey, do you know Joe Murphy, man? And like, what do you think when you see his story and like, hey, what can be done to try to help some of these guys, especially former players that are dealing with similar issues you went through?
More with Joe, I think addiction is part, but mental illness. The mental illness part, he doesn't really want to get help, which is kind of scary to think. But we all look at it like addicts, like me. I can look at it and say I understand like what he's going through, but he has to accept the help. Everybody wants to help him. Like, I don't know Joe personally. I played against him, whatever, but I know that he has to accept the help that people want. People want to help him. They really want to help him, but it's just he needs to like see that, but it doesn't seem like he wants to get help.
What are you doing for the Penguins now?
Doing scouting and college scouting and pro scouting and development stuff. It's been good. We have a great bunch of guys. They just fired a lot of my buddies like Rex and those guys. But it's still a good group of guys, and we it's Scotty Young is kind of the head of the guys. I played with Scotty forever. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Scotty's one of those guys. So it's been good. Me and him work together a lot. So it's it's been good. I love that's a team I want to see win. So it's nice to work for a team that you really want to pull for.
Yeah, Scotty's one of the best for sure. How are you doing like financially and all that stuff? I know you made a lot of money and whatever. I mean, are you comfortable? Are you okay? Like, I mean, where are you at now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not I'm not going on these vacations like I should, but I'm like I have what I have, and it's enough. It's not like I said. It's not. I don't struggle, but I'm not like buying cars. I'm not. I can do everything I can do, but I got to be careful too. I'm not like I should be.
I hear you, man.
You watch a lot of hockey still? I mean, obviously you're working.
Oh yeah, I watch a lot of games. I love watching hockey. I love. I don't know. I don't really know anything else. My kid actually just signed with the Penguins too. He was at Yale, so it's kind of like So my kids are at that age too. I have an older one that's just going to be a freshman at Yale, so it's good. I have that keeps me. And the best thing about my job is I do college free agent stuff, so I get to see my kid play. I think in 4 years, my kid at Yale, I think I might have missed 3 or 4 games, and I was working the whole time. So the Penguins are great for me to that,
And so your relationship with your kids and like, I know obviously you go through addiction, right? I mean, I'm sure that creates some divide and some separation there. Yeah. Everything's now good with your family again?
Yeah, everything's good. Obviously, no, my wife. I'm really good friends with my ex-wife, and it's my kids. I can go in their house anytime. I don't call. It's just everything's It's nice, really good. It's really I have great kids. Like I said, one just graduated Yale. My daughter just graduated from Union. She got a job in New York City, and my other guy's going to Yale. So my ex-wife, she's done a hell of a job with my kids. It's like they're good, solid kids, and it's good. Like I said,
you're in a good spot, Kev, man.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like you just said, 2 of your kids go to. Like, think about that.
Go to Yale, and
you're fucking
one at Union.
In a top tier of. Just think about where you got going. So just be positive, man. You're doing good, dude. I'm so glad we had you on, man. Honestly.
No, I'm glad you guys did. It was awesome. I'm glad you guys had me.
I really always wanted to talk to you, man. I've been watching this since I was a kid, so I'm like, God damn, I get it. So Andy and I got you on, man. I'm so glad.
Last thing for you though, like how did that documentary come together, and what was the reaction from that? Are you glad you did that?
Yeah, I think I think it was good. I think it helped people. I think it was actually I was working with the Penguins scouting, and we had a rookie tournament in Buffalo, and the guys from Toronto came out. I met with them, and they said what they were going to do, and I think George, the producer, he did a good job. They were out in Boston for 3 or 4 days, and it
was good, man.
Yeah, it was. It's fuck. How those things.
It was a little graphic though, man. Talking about your broken face and whatever.
Fuck
and how they did the surgery.
But that's what you fucking do, though, Kevin. Who gives a shit?
It was. You went through a lot of shit, like with some injuries and stuff like that. Some serious injury.
Damn right.
Yeah, it was. It's. I guess it was part of it. I didn't really know what to expect, how it was going to go. And I said, when I kind of said I'll do it, I kind of asked a few people, and they said, why don't you do it? And so they did a nice job, and it's it is what it is, right?
Kevin, anytime you talk about your shit, man, it makes you feel better, dude. Don't you realize
that?
Yeah,
no question about it. Yeah, dude, no question.
Talk about it, because you beat it. So you got your fucking kids going to Yale, like. God damn, you're in a good spot, dude. Shit.
Yeah.
Real good spot.
It is. It's good. It's good right now.
All right, Kel.
All right, man.
Listen, man.
You're the man, dude.
Loved you as a player,
fucking
too.
Love you.
No, thanks, guys.
I'm
getting your number, but Andy's going to give me. He doesn't. I got you. I'm calling your fucking ass. We're talking, homeboy.
Great player, though, man. I'm glad we got you on. We'll talk soon.
See you, Kev, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, man.
Take care.
All right, buddy.
See you guys.
Be safe. Bye.
That was Kevin Stevens, episode 74.
Damn, dude. Hardcore.
What stood out to you?
Well, I mean, shit. East St. Louis. That was a tough one, because that's weird, because usually when you're buying shit, the people don't care if you're buying it. They care about who's selling it, right?
Yeah.
And somebody just they called the cops on him, and he was going to get robbed and probably get at gunpoint because he tried to buy it off.
Crazy shit's happened to him, though.
You could have gone to a restaurant.
Well, even when the feds busted down his door. When he wasn't distributing, he wasn't selling.
That was weird.
Killers.
Yeah, but he had 180 painkillers. So if you he had more than anybody could prescribe. So even
What's
if you
the
have
maximum?
but it doesn't matter. If you have 2 painkillers on you, if you have 2 on you and you get pulled over and they're not prescribed, you're fucking done.
Or 1 or whatever.
But he didn't distribute it. But they thought that because he bought a ton, but he's just an addict. They thought he was going to fucking dispense it out.
But he said it was awful. But it's always interesting how people reflect, and maybe it saved his life at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was a wake up call. And a lot of bad things happened to his family.
He was working for the Penguins at the time.
I know.
And now he's back with the Penguins. Again, man, we respect people who are open with us and come on and willing to share their story. And maybe it helps somebody out there who.
I think they get it, man. Like we look again when I was going to say this in the intro. When you're an addict, honestly, and you've been through a lot of stuff, and you do an interview about your dilemma, and people that are interviewing you've never been through it, I never understand it. They ask you the dumbest fucking questions. They don't get it. Even my family, not family members, but a couple of my cousins, never been through it. And I remember going through it, and they're sitting on my back deck. And they're like, "Well, why'd you do it?" And I go, "Dude, motherfucker, because it grabs you. It takes away your soul. There's nothing else going on, no matter who you are. That's what it takes over your body." And people,
how long does it last?
Oh, fucking it can last years.
No, how long does the high last for?
I just told you, it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing heroin, it could last 6 hours. If you're doing meth, it could last 30 minutes, dude. 30 minutes, $20 a pop. So you could eat 50 of them and eat that 30-minute high. And then now you're like, oh, I want more.
Who was it that said they would crush them up
and snort them?
What's the benefit of
They get you high quicker. So when you eat them, usually you don't want to eat on them, but you have to eat something to absorb it to kind of get the full effect. But then you snort them, especially the little Roxaset ones, the little blue ones, man. You fucking crush those up. But the Oxys, they made them so you can crush them, so you couldn't snort them because people abuse it. Because when you snort them, it's like doing a line of coke.
Yeah.
Like you get a high, but it's higher. Yeah, it gets you longer.
Painkiller abuse, man.
It's a drug, dude. It's a fucking heroin.
Yeah.
It's heroin.
Did you go to rehab or no?
No, I got on Suboxone. Okay. I got on Suboxone.
Which is what?
It's a drug that takes away your endorphins to crave it, right? Okay. So I was on Suboxone 2014-15, and I had to go out there and fight guys. Now people are like, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. Suboxone takes away from your edge. I'm a fucking killer. Like, I'll go out there and fucking go. I didn't have it. When I'm on Suboxone, it takes away you can't drink. It takes away your high. It takes away even your natural high. You can't absorb yourself. And I had to go out in these games, and I was an older guy on the team. I was in the minors, and guys all look up to me to protect them, and I'd have to suck up fights so bad because I didn't have my killer in my soul.
You know, he talks about the collision he had with Richie Pilon when his face hit the ice, dude. I can hardly watch that.
I know. He just fucked up, man. Like,
I hardly watch that. He came back and scored 40 goals.
That's when he got addicted, though, because his face is fractured in a million different ways. Yeah. But I hurt myself more hitting guys than me getting hit. Because you hit guys and they're gonna get away from you. They're gonna jump away and you hit the boards hard, or the guy will put his head down. This shit fucking happens, man, when they know you're coming.
What's wrong with your voice, dude?
Dude, I was in fantasy camp all goddamn week.
Do you scream?
Yeah, I'm
the
screaming.
Whole time?
Yes.
What are you screaming about?
Well, when they pay $20,000 for you to play, you want to work hard, and then the other team...
You want to scream hard?
I want to kill all the ex-Blues players who are my buddies, who we compete with every 3 days a week. It's a competition, and they're like toying with us because my team wasn't that good. And I had to put a show on, and I'm yelling at him because Soupy's cherry-picking the whole fucking time, and I want to kill him. That's why.
That's Jim Campbell, for those who don't know.
Then we had to host the event because that's what we do. Then we had to host the event. I got to put a show on then too.
Dude, get your voice back.
I think it's
Take
fucking
care of
sexy,
yourself.
dude. I was bragging about myself on my radio show today.
Soft,
like, I'm fucking sexy.
Jeez, oh.
All the women were like, God, you sound like fucking Brad Pitt from one of his sexy movies I can't think of.
Hey, that interview with Kevin Stevens, man.
Hardcore, baby.
Great conversation. Brought to you by CarShield and carshield.com. Save 10%. Mention the promo code CAM. 800-857-2481. Again, no long-term commitments, no long-term contracts. Take advantage. You never know when the air conditioning is going to go out, the heat's going to go out. You may be stuck with thousands of dollars for a covered repair. Not when you pay a small fee every month with CarShield. Again, save 10%. Support CarShield and carshield.com. 800-857-2481. GadgetBuyback.com. You got a cracked phone, cracked watch, cracked tablet. Take it and get it replaced. Get it fixed. Get it fixed quickly with GadgetBuyback.com. 877-772-8880. If you're local in the St. Louis area, take it into the store in Oakville. They got a lot of stores coming up, by the way.
Big time.
I mean, they are expanding throughout the city of St. Louis. GadgetBuyback.com. Store in Oakville. They'll fix it while you wait. No excuse in reality to have a cracked phone or a cracked tablet or have old-ass shit if you're a business owner. No
Look
excuse.
like an idiot.
No excuse for that.
You know, everybody's bitching at you.
Bud Light Seltzer. They've got new variety packs.
Video. Send pics.
They've got new flavors. Pineapple, cranberry, grapefruit, just to name a few.
So good, dude.
The original flavors. Strawberry, black cherry, lemon lime.
Mango.
And mango.
Mango. It's my favorite.
Why is mango your favorite?
I don't know. Because I like the name Mango. It's like a child. What's wrong with me?
1 gram of sugar. Does that mean it's healthy?
I don't even give a fuck.
100 calories. That mean it's healthy?
Yeah. I'm not bloated. I look jacked as shit when I'm down to the lake.
5% alcohol. That's pretty high, huh?
Yeah, no, it gets you going.
We brought a couple down to the lake yesterday.
The pond,
over
Dick.
the weekend.
Get it right.
Dude, it is not a pond.
Dude, you're out of your mind with
No,
that.
it's not a pond.
Like bragging about being at a lake. It's like 3 feet deep.
Next time I'm going to rent the kayak.
It's all algae.
Next time I'm going to rent the kayak.
wrong with you?
No, white sand,
Your
dude.
kayak will get stuck in
There's
that
white
fucking
sand
thing.
there.
I know what it is.
And they've got
Jesus.
cabins and hiking trails everywhere. So
cool.
when the weather gets a little cooler, we're going to check
20
that.
minutes from your house. It's cool.
You must right by
What's wrong with
Twister's
you?
house, actually.
Look, I don't give a shit. As long as there's a lake in front of you, send a picture with mango. Send a picture of Bud Light. Send a picture of whatever you guys want to do. We love seeing it. Tag us. Tag Bud Light. Tag our sponsors. We love it.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Bellman.com, BEHLMANN.com. Check out the new cars. Check out the pre-owned cars. In Troy, Missouri, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, on both sides of the street in Troy. And with Bellman and Bellman.com, one thing you won't get from the service, from the salespeople, are a bunch of swinging what?
Swinging fucking dicks. None of that shit. Sick of that shit, actually. And trust me, you guys know what I'm talking about. All you guys, you know what I'm talking about. Walking in there, and here they come. Like, oh, fuck, I'm leaving.
I scored 14 touchdowns
back in when I was in
football.
fucking middle school. I fucking beat the shit out of everybody. No, you didn't. You fucking idiot. Where's your fucking car? Here's a car I want. Give it to me. Talk about your fucking bullshit career.
School football.
Shut the fuck up. Stop looking at my wife, psycho, or I'll smack you around.
You won't get that with Dan Bellman.
Jesus, no. God, no.
This dude's the man.
The classiest people ever. Love hockey. They understand you. They'll talk to you. Like, this is a comfortable experience.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. Fucking, no, you didn't. You didn't do shit.
Bellman.com. Hockeytraining.com.
Ooh, hi.
Which a lot of people are feeling good about their game right now. They're feeling confident. It's amazing what a little bit of training and commitment off the ice will do for you.
Are you writing it down, homeboy?
Well, I'm doing
Maybe you
it.
would have skated this weekend if you were 2 more weeks in.
I
No, I'm dead serious
I
on
didn't
that.
try to, though. I didn't, ask about it or whatever.
Well, that wouldn't have done anything anyway. I asked you if you want to play, but you're
Really?
not ready yet. You're about
Really?
2 weeks behind. Your hands are okay. I told you I need your fucking feet to be a little
My
bit better.
vision's there, too, you said.
Your vision's okay, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you, man, because you know the game.
Kelly Chase
once
said I was the most skilled
I'm
player
gonna
to ever come out of St.
Shut
Louis.
the fuck up, because I will embarrass you on that. Because Chaser will bash you so bad when we get him on.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna get you on that. So I'm gonna be nice about it. So you want me to bring that up whenever he
said
comes
it.
on?
Yeah, he said it.
Oh God, you're gonna get one, dude. You think he bashes
Chaser
me
actually
hard?
had some. He was okay.
You think he chirps me? Well, he's gonna chirp you.
He had some pretty good skill too, actually.
Chaser
He
absolutely
did.
Goddamn right.
One of the first things that surprised
Goddamn,
me
his hands are-
when
Bad skater.
but I'm like, whoa, dude,
His hands
this
are
is
good.
how good NHL players are. Like, this guy didn't
it's with Chaser.
score
Yeah,
hardly
and
at
how
all in
good
the
he is.
NHL. And he's like sick,
Exactly.
like dangling guys.
Isn't that funny how that works? Because he's in psycho mode every time he goes on the ice.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about playing. You're in psycho mode.
I know.
Especially back then.
So hockeytraining.com, check that out, and they've got the VIP section too, which doesn't mean
That's
you
what I
got to
want.
spend a ton more money either.
Not really.
It doesn't work out like that.
You don't spend money because you're not at the gym.
No, exactly.
When your kids go to the
You're
gym,
saving money.
You're saving money. All your kid's doing is staring at the fucking trainer, the tight ass trainer with Lulu pants on. That's what he's doing with a boner. And probably he's looking at him like, oh, this guy's creepy, but you can't help your boner because she's really hot. He's not even working out.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you're doing. You're so intimidating when you go to a gym anyway when you're at a young age. Do it in your fucking garage and have a thing right in front of you and just do it.
Well, and the videos they have, man, they explain it so well, and they
So
give you
well.
confidence because they're there to make you feel good about yourself, and they understand the game. And they've dealt with players from at the lowest level all the way up to the National Hockey League, man. They've got NHL players who use their stuff.
Yeah.
So check out hockeytraining.com. How about Victor Hockey? At Victor Hockey USA. That's their Instagram. Check it out. Badass hats.
Send pics.
We got hoodies. We got T-shirts. Listen, you want to save 20%? VictorHockey.com. At Victor Hockey USA on Instagram and Twitter. Save 20% just in your little checkout, the little promo code. Write in Cam and Strick.
Simple.
A&D. Don't use like the, what do you call the thing?
Andy, I don't know.
What do you call that thing?
Andy, I don't know. But here's what we need to always if you get post shit and tag us, man. Like we'll both interact with
What
you
do you
guys.
call the and?
Motherfucker, I don't know what you're talking about.
The and.
At.
No.
Jesus. Stop
Jamie, what is it?
confusing me, dude.
The and. Cam and Strick, but it's A&D. not like the little symbol. You know, like the symbol.
Oh fuck!
You don't fucking
Why are you
get-
confusing everybody,
It's
man?
not,
Like I'm
it's
fucking like my
A&D.
brain hurts, dude.
It's
Stop it.
A&D. What do you like
God.
the most? The hoodie, the T-shirt, the hat?
I like this badass skull hat, man,
Yes.
right here. It's good. I like skull.
I knew you'd
skeletons.
like that.
Like,
I knew you'd
fucking
like that.
skulls, baby. I'm hardcore. That's why I like Halloween. Because I'm like, Kate, I want to put the skulls everywhere. I wanted to decorate my house all skulls, and Kate's like, no, psycho. No, psycho.
Dude, this guy-
I'll fucking...
Who owns the company tells me out of nowhere the other day that he's like a huge Ryan O'Reilly fan because O'Reilly played in Colorado and whatever. So he's been following the Blues for several years, like going back like decades.
Who's not a fan of
And
him?
so he came down like for the playoffs last year, and he's got like an O'Reilly tattoo.
Oh, really?
Yes. So like in like a
chirping
character in
him?
like a character form. No, like a character form.
It's even
It's got
worse.
It's got the gap tooth and everything.
Sorry, that's even worse because I want like Ryan O'Reilly's like real face. He's so damn handsome.
Well, that's the
Fuck
closest
that.
way to get it. So
know.
anyway, he's a cool dude, man, and love the fact that they're supporting us here on the Cam and Strick Podcast. So check it out, Victor Hockey
Yeah.
at Victor Hockey USA on Instagram and Twitter, VictorHockey.com. So check that out. Cope 24, man.
Aw.
Renee says thank you for coming to the.
I look good, dude.
For coming to the
Photo shoot?
in your burnt orange like Texas Longhorns.
bad?
Were you wearing like a Texas Longhorn shirt?
No, it was Lulu. But I think I was fat that day. And my pants are really tight, so my fucking sack might have been hanging out in those pictures. That's the Ladue news. That's like the wealthy Ladue news. Where Andy lives in Ladue, but it's like the poor fucking part. But this is a rich part where the fucking things go out, and my penis might be showing on these fucking. Do we have the photos on those? Because Renee wouldn't post if my
No, I
dingling's hanging
won't.
out.
I would hope not. I'd hope not. Nobody needs to see
Well,
that.
I'll probably get more,
Nobody
likes
wants
and
to see
views
that.
and shit. But
So-
it's embarrassing for me.
That is embarrassing.
And
But you
Kate.
wore your burnt orange shirt, so we look forward
God
to that
damn it! It's almost fall.
when the when the magazine comes out, which I believe is October 10th.
Oh, good.
Cope24, Cope24.com. Do amazing work, man, educating families all over the country.
She's a doll, and I when I talk to Renee, she like talks me into my like looks at me in my eyes, and I'm like, oh hey, like I she actually asks me like legit questions about my life, and I'm like, I like you. Can you be my therapist? You and Kate both.
Yeah.
She's Louise.
Yeah,
she's
she
dealt with a
looks
lot of
you-
kids,
looks at-
man.
looks at you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she does.
Like
she
she's-
cares, dude.
like,
She's
I get-
sincere.
Andy, we talk to 1 million people a day.
Yeah.
Let me get this right.
Yeah.
We talk to, and when I talk to her, I'm like, oh God, like I kind of want to like have you buy me a lot. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like, hey, I got a question on something. Like, she's just fucking awesome, man. I
All
like
right. Good stuff. Go
Anyway.
get your voice back. I don't
Dude,
want to
I'm
listen to you
sexy
talking
as
like that
fuck.
in
I'm
my
sexy
ear.
as fuck.
and then you're trying to
I'm gonna
play
be a
it off.
fucking
You're trying to
metal
play it off.
singer when I'm reincarnated.
All right, I'm off to the lake. I'll probably go back there today. Probably go back to the
So
lake.
cool.
So we'll
you could probably walk there. The algae pond. He's so cool. He's
All right,
swimming
this
in
has been
fucking
episode
algae.
74 with
Frog
Kevin Stevens.
gigging.
Again, thank you to Kevin Stevens for
Hell
coming
yeah.
on
Big time.
and sharing your story. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter at Cam and Strick Pod.
.com. What? You gonna finish this? Cam and Strick Podcast, idiot.
I thought he hit a button at Cam and Strick Pod. Cam and Strick Podcast.